What then?
Can't you say?
It's terrain time!
Hello, folksicles. How are we? Sunday night, 9 o'clock UK time. Yeah, in the terrain tutor household. Yeah, Kez is out with Corb, seeing a friend and getting his hair cut. I've got little miss just before she goes to bed, because it's a school day tomorrow and you've been off ill, haven't you? You've been poorly.
My teacher may be watching.
Your teacher may be watching. Your teacher won't be watching because your teacher was snowed in.
You know
Hello
how
all.
Mrs. Bailey is?
Yeah. Yeah, the dog's backed off a bit. We'll talk about that in a little while, eh?
Doggy.
Yeah. That dog. See how he's sitting over there? It's because we've got no food. If we had food, he'd be sitting next to us, wouldn't he?
Yeah, true. But I have a drink over there and he's just staring at it.
Yeah, but Oz isn't bothered by drinks. He's bothered by food.
Okay.
He hears you rattling your slime. That's what it is.
Why? It's hard.
Yeah, it is a bit as it goes. It's quite tougher than your normal stuff, isn't it?
Cornstarch makes everything hard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How much cornstarch did you use in this then?
10 tubs.
I bloody hope not.
Okay, just like 2 teaspoons.
So how are we all tonight? Are we all good? Yes, right. I think it's your turn to say goodnight to people and head on up, little miss.
Yeah, but good morning!
Yeah, there's a few people on there that you're probably saying good morning to with time zones, but school day tomorrow.
No!
Oh, yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No, we got the test!
Yeah, tests are part of life.
No!
You'll do brilliantly like you always do. Right, missus. Come on your feet. Say goodnight to YouTube.
Good night! Try to stay in here for as long as I can with the longest together.
I don't mind long hugs, but you, get your drink.
Get my slime.
Right, bedtime. Not sitting in your room watching your TV programme time. Mum will be back soon and I'm checking on you, so you better be asleep. Don't forget to brush your teeth.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I have a bone to pick with Corbin. He took my charger to Connor's.
Well, he's back from Connor's, so he must have brought your charger back.
No.
Oh, you'll have to have his then, won't you?
He didn't have one, that's why he keeps taking mine.
He's lost his charger and now he's left yours at Connor's.
Yeah.
Oh, woe is me. Oh, the challenges of life. Well, aren't you posh sticking your little finger out? Did you get that from your dad?
Mum.
Mum. Your mum doesn't drink like that. Good, see?
No, the more higher I put my drink to my mouth, the more higher my finger gets. So
Is that right?
My finger will be like,
Well, don't break that little finger. Now come here, give your dad a kiss.
Okay.
Yeah. Go brush your teeth and into bed. Love you, princess.
Good night.
Good night. Shut the door after you, yeah?
Okay. I'm stealing Mum's charger.
Alright. Charger theft. It's rampant in this household. Yeah, I found that the best way to actually deal with charger theft is to physically glue, the lead for my phone into the plug, then glue the plug into the socket. Bit of super glue. No one's nicking my charger. How are we all then? Sorry about that. Well, I'm not sorry about that. It's what you call it. You know the drill. How it is from what you call it, from Boseland. Right, I need to open up the Word doc, don't I? The document with the link in the description. It should be in the description. Let me know if it isn't. But I need to open that up for questions. Delete the old ones. Accepting questions. So the link in the description should go to the... Oh, still suffering a bit. Yeah, I'll have a brief chat about that in a moment. But charger theft is rampant everywhere. It's an epidemic. You like Battle Hammer? Battle Hammer? What's Battle Hammer? That's new to me. Jay, sorry to hear that, dude. At least she's in the best place for her. I've brought several chargers, one in each room. Catch you later, Timo. Right, so yeah. If you've got a terrain question for me, the link is down in the description. We'll handle those in about 10-15 minutes. Okay? Battlehammer, YouTube channel. I'll have to check it out. They're good. Yeah. In other news... right, it was a bit I skipped Thursday's show, yeah, and it was a bit nerve-wracking scheduling this show, because obviously this is the first show since I did the video. First off, the response on that, wow, just, you know, there's a good lot of people out there in the world, you know, and you folks are a good chunk of them. Yeah, so thank you. I am a bit better. I don't know if the meds are working yet. I feel like they're working, but technically the way they work, they shouldn't be working, so I'm guessing it's a placebo. But I am eating better. Yeah, I'm sleeping slightly better. I'm worrying about things a little less. Yeah. Ups and downs still. I've had a little bit of a break. I discovered I've got no hobbies that aren't related to the hobby. Everything I do to relax somehow bounces back to the hobby. I even thought I'll do drawing. I've been interested in doing drawing for ages. Yeah. And I realised the stuff I'm interested in learning is drawing maps. So, getting a bit better. Tomorrow, if logistics allow, I want to go to the gym. Yeah, get myself a gym membership. There's a nice gym round the corner. Yeah, so I want to go up there because exercise will be good for me. Yeah, but I'm taking about another week while I potter along and do jobs, and fingers crossed you'll start to see, you know, something from me after that. Yeah. How much are these placebos? They sound good. It's really weird with placebos, yeah, because I know it's a placebo effect, but it still makes me feel better. Glad to hear you've turned to fairer weather. Yes, we have survived the beast from the east. In all honesty, in Stoke, it never really got that bad. I mean, it got bad enough for the schools to close. That is because it's not. It is your passion. Yes, Kat, that is part of the problem. But anyway, beast from the east, yeah. We had enough, snow to close our schools. But not really to take us off our feet. Took the bins down, and I had to pick those up a couple of times, but we survived. And you are right, Kat. I need to find something that isn't related to my hobby to do as a hobby. Have you told Kez about this gym? Kez likes it when I go to the gym anyway. I get all meaty and all manly, and I smell like man. She likes that. She doesn't like washing my clothes after I've been to the gym, but mate, just wanted to say thank you for everything you've ever taught me. You've improved my terrain building so much. Keep up the great work and stay you, Mel. No worries, Zach. No worries whatsoever. And after a recommendation like that, you know, there is the links down below if you appreciate what I do and want to support the channel, guys, or just want to support me. Yeah, links to Patreon, which is taking a hammering. Turns out admitting you've got depression. Yeah, there's quite a few people who don't like that. Yeah, quite a lot of people left the channel and quite a lot of people left Patreon, and I was left with the good ones. Yeah, so yeah, Patreon's taking a bit of a hammering. Yeah, but if you want to jump on that, that's down below, and obviously the PayPal for the one-offs if you appreciate me and what I do. But
I need to put my hair in a bubble. You know how Mum is in the morning? Actually, you're probably going to be brushing it, aren't you?
You better brush your hair now then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dad don't brush gentle, does he? No, he doesn't. She understands she has to brush her hair to keep the knots out. If in the morning there's knots in her hair, and we only find out 5 minutes before we need to leave the house, it's a daddy brushing job. Say again?
I won't be in trouble.
Well, you're not in trouble. You just...
Yeah, there's nuts.
Well, take the brush upstairs and do it. No, not YouTube, your dad.
Love you.
I love you too, darling. Now bugger off to bed.
No, we can't.
Are we done now? Bye-bye. They are the best tonic for me, you know. They really are. Not forgetting me into the hobby, and also this wonderful terrainiacs community. Big genuine thank you. No worries, Joanne. Figure drawing, maybe painting. I could get Kez to pose naked. No, I can't. It's far too cold, and Kez doesn't do cold, and she doesn't sit still long enough. The nighty night was for your daughter. All right, Timo. That's shocking. A stalling child. Yeah, but as long as they're tucked up, you know what I mean, and sort of lights off and everything switched off for sort of 9:30, I don't mind. Yeah. What are you working on at the moment? 2 things, and I may actually go and get them and actually start work on them. Yeah. 1, I'm painting tanks. Why are you accept? Right, now the form is accepting questions. Damn Google. Yeah. Patrons bugged out on posting that. Now who's crazy? Look, there's some people who don't like it as a discussion topic. And rightly so. You know, everyone's got the right to follow who they want to follow and support who they want to support. Yeah. I'm just me. You know what I mean? If being me costs me followers, if it costs me patrons, then it costs me patrons. On the plus side, I generally find that, you know, you good folks have always had my back in times of need, so I don't worry about it too much. Although I'm going to have to pull my finger out my bum and get making videos, you know what I mean? Yeah, because otherwise it will start affecting me. So, you know, I will have to generate some support moving forward. Yeah, you better say that you're working on starting the Castles project. No, Kat, not yet. Castles project's too big. It's too big of a commitment. It'll stress me out too much. I need to be in a right mindset for that. Otherwise, I'll hate it. Yeah, and I can't do that. I can't risk that. Just keep it up from the freezing Germany. Yeah, Gary, we chatted, we're good, we're there. You know what I mean? Well, let me have a bit of me brew. Well, I've had no questions in as yet, but the dock is now open, so it's going to be one of those shows, isn't it? I know, George. Right, I better check my phone in case any of you are doing the Patreon or anything like that, because I'm not getting notifications lately. Because it's brilliant like that, my phone. My phone will send me a text from Kez when I get in from the shops. Nothing, so I've not missed. Cool. Right. Oh, we've got questions coming in. We'll let those build up a bit. What's your opinion on Mr. Machinalation's video from a few days ago? Which one, Insane? You're talking about Shaddy, aren't you? Which video in particular? Shaddyversity. Principles of castle design? Or what do you call it? Q&A. I might not always be here, but I always support. Cheers, Papa. Just submitted one. I've got it, Aaron. It's in. -30 in northern Sweden. Jesus! My breath would kill me. Look at all the big celebrities that are addicted to drugs, etc., because they have to be on for their fans. Living a lie takes its toll. It does. It does. Hey boss, can someone give me a terrain job, please? Can somebody give me that terrain, please? I'll sort you, man. I'll sort you. Man, I know you're not one to follow a trend, but it might be a smart decision business-wise to consider some content that caters to the mainstream guys. Maybe a bit of Necromunda Sky. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Everything, all along while I've been doing this terrain shooting malarkey, you know, the brain and everything says, do 40k stuff. Do 40k stuff. You'll get tons of views. Yeah, and little bits of stuff that I've posted on 40k forums goes down a storm. And I don't do it. I really should. Rafferty, thank you, dude. Got checked out. You got a broken rib, a dislocated, well, it would be subluxated rib, and a 2 centimetre crack on your sternum from your cat. That's a damn big cat, dude. I'm now laid up to 6 to 8 weeks. You're not self-employed, are you, dude? You alright? I'd get rid of the cat. If the dog did that to me, I'd get rid of the cat and the dog. Necromunda terrain, please. It's been an odd temp winter for the whole world. This morning it was the same temperature here in SoCal as it was in my kid's house in New Jersey. I don't understand the location, so I can't put that in context. But it has been weird. You know? Hey, Rastaman. That ain't a cat, it's a mountain lion. It is, isn't it? Bloody is. Right, how many questions we got? I've got 2, 3, 4. It says 4. Alright. Wait till we get to about 5 or 6 and I'll answer some questions. I'm just saying to recoup a few patrons. Just a few down and dirty beer, oil cans, and pick some new interests and get hooked on this end of the hobby. Yeah, I think not just that. Yeah. Got a bit of an inkling. Yeah. Not for Necromunda. Me and Corb took a really big look at that. Yeah. And actually, it's not our sort of game anymore. It's not the Necromunda I played as a child. Yeah. But Shadow War, which is a lot like, there was Kill Team. A lot like Kill Team, and then there was a fan version of Kill Team that Galaxy and Flames did. That was really good. And I'm thinking going that way. Yeah, I don't want to get into the big 40Ks anymore. Yeah, it's just too big of a price ticket to get into. You know what I mean? There's so much I'd like to play with for nothing. Yeah. But getting into something big like 40k. But Shadow War is definitely doable. Southern California beaches versus New Jersey's East Coast snowland. Dude. Best wishes. Cheers, Rastaman. Back on, you might be still planning doing the Desert Tatooine Mustafa lava tutorial. Yeah. Got battle mats over there for those. 6mm terrain. Yeah. A lot of people have asked for 6mm terrain. I'm going to have to get round to it. Later, Baptiste. Jez, that will never happen. So cold, I saw a politician with their hands in their own pockets. Do you know, yeah, we've always taken a stance on this channel that whenever it comes in, you know, whenever like these social things come up left and right and all these sort of things, and Brexit and all those, we've always taken a stance, you know, people first and a sensible one, and we've never got political. But I love how it doesn't matter what political leaning you are, you can be the most left-wing socialist person you can imagine or the most right-wing conservative capitalist person you can imagine. everyone's on board with bashing politicians in general. No one has an issue with it. Yeah, as long as you leave the party out and we just say politicians, we're all game for it. Yeah, which is actually quite interesting about politics. Because it's probably the politicians in politics, which is probably the most unifying thing in politics. Yeah, the ordinary man's hate for politicians. Yeah, it's so unifying. Oh, right. Never played Shadow War. Is it skirmish scale? Yeah, small man individual models. I like that. Small man units. Uses all the different races. Yeah, which is, good. And so it's a bit Black Opsy. You know what I mean? In Portugal, we also bash politicians galore. You see, it's also, it's not just... it doesn't just unify people in the West and anything like that. It's unifying around the world. It brings people together like Terrain does. Everyone loves bashing politicians. Because let's be honest, there's not many really good ones out there, is there? I know everyone's going to say, oh, well, I support such and such and I support this such and such. But even if you do support them, yeah, a lot of them are just like, nah, I may support you, but you're the best of a bad bunch. Politicians are the worst part of politics. Agreed. I'm no longer a gamer, but I find your work very helpful when building models as play bases. Nice, dude. I'm glad it helps. I'm looking for work at the moment, but was meant to start doing my security training to get the SAS. So that's been put on hold. The cat's landed me from about 4 foot above. Oh, that's going to be a hit. At least he didn't land in between your butt. You know what I mean, dude? No, that could have been a whole different ER trip. No, I'm not going to say that joke. That's too rude. But it's a good one. See? Much love for the unifying, So anyway, game-wise... Mel's rambling. Game-wise, we've got Shadow War. We've got the X-Wing stuff that we're doing. A lot of people are bugging me for Legion stuff, but I haven't got Legion or any of the game or anything like that, so I don't know the rules and, so can't really do that. I did find myself pottering. It's been a while, and I think it's time to get back into this with Corbin. Yeah, which also means getting back into my Burma build, which is something I've been doing. Yeah. I've taken a different angle on the Burma build. The way I'm going to work it, I was thinking about this, and it doesn't work as a tutorial series. Yeah, because there's a lot of similar stuff with it. Oh, most of it being jungle. The variation is between videos is actually quite little. So it doesn't really work as a tutorial series. So I was sitting there trying to figure out, what do I do? And I'm going to do it like a vlog, okay? Just this is my project and you're along for the ride, because I'm enjoying doing those sorts. A bit like with the trenches. Yeah? And one of the problems with the, with the Burma build was that because I was trying to do it as a tutorial series, there was actually a phenomenal amount of work in each video to make it a tutorial worthy video. Yeah? Which then sort of like, when given the choice between, right, I can spend 2 days and do a let's make, or I can spend 2 days, not 2 days, but 2 days work time. Yeah? Or I can spend a week's work time and get one Burma build. And when you're working out, right, well, if let's makes take on average 2 days, then I can do 2 of those a week, technically, and, I can make more money, than doing a Burma build. So the Burma build got pushed back. And that was wrong. So I've decided I'm just going to potter on with it and just release videos whenever. Yeah? So, back out with the, back out with the bolt action. Yeah, got myself, picked up this lovely little book. Yeah, this has been advertised on the bolt action, It's nice when you... It was a self-authored and self-published book by Pat Smith and his mate. And they did it off their own back sort of thing. And what you had to do to get a copy was basically message them on Facebook, and then they'd send you a PayPal invoice. And the invoice came with the note, "I should be buying a book from you." And I'm like, but it's a lovely little book. I'll be honest with you, I do look at it and there's a couple of things like, I'm sure that's from a tutorial of mine. But, yeah, most of my tutorials, I'm not inventing the wheel, you know what I mean? So there's no way I can claim credit. Yeah, but... you know, that looks suspiciously like my bunkers. I don't mind. Perhaps one day I will do my own book. Right, I love the Trench series. Might have to do some World War I diorama work. I'm enjoying the trenches. I've done a little bit more on them. They are looking nice. I used to play ball action, then my bloody cat knocked over all my Shermans off the shelf. Cats? What is it with cats? See, I'm a dog man. I've had cats. I haven't got anything against cats, except that they're lazy freeloaders. Yeah? But I am a dog man. Yeah? I know that I suffer, yeah, with the big black dog. I also suffer with another big black dog, but that's normally when I'm trying to eat something. A mixture of vlogs and tutorials would be awesome. I'm thinking vlogs with what I'm thinking and how I'm experimenting.
Hey.
Yeah, James, I hear you, buddy. You may not have invented the wheel, but you spread the word nice and greatly. Thank you. Yeah. Hello. What?
Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Okay. 1 second, the wife's back. Go on.
My tattoo machine.
Yeah.
You know, the power box.
Yeah.
My foot pedal.
Yeah.
The end off the thing that goes in.
Yeah.
Come off.
Okay.
It's got stuck right down in the thing. We have tried everything to get it out, so I've had to throw that away. I've had to turn my foot pedal away. I've had to order a new foot pedal. I've got another box upstairs, thank God, but she's left with half a tattoo done.
Right, cool. Wait 1 second. Come here.
He needs a bath.
Yes. Yes, it is not Sunday evening unless there's a bare-chested Corbin.
He's had his hair cut. I'm getting
Yeah,
back.
looking nice, mate.
I'm getting back either Thursday or Friday night, get it finished. I'm
Yeah,
gonna wait
that's-
for this pedal come.
Yeah, that's absolutely
I can't
fine.
believe it. We went KFC on the way. No chicken still.
KFC have still got no chicken.
Yeah. Sold out. It says sold out on everything.
Really?
Yeah. And then I get there, get me inks out. My black is literally gone over everything. It's like, do you know what? I shouldn't have gone out tonight at all. I should have just stayed in. What's the date today?
4th of March.
Okay, nothing special. I'll tell you when we're at 13.
No, there's no 13s, dude. There's not Friday the 13th. Kez, can you do me a quick favour?
Yeah, what?
Can you pass one of those ice lollies from the bottom of the fridge, please?
Yeah, is the uniform's done?
They're washed. Well, one set's washed, one's gone in.
Right, I'll sort it.
Yeah. Oh, so yes, children. So give me a look at your hair.
In a minute.
Oh. Get a dog, guys. Okay, maybe they can chew things if they're let round. Mel, that's because you need to be worshipped and adored. Cats demand that you do the worshipping and adoration. No, it's because I'm a firm believer that everyone in a household, yeah, pulls their own weight. Yeah. You were supposed...
Mom.
Yeah.
Why?
Have you left your sister's charger at Connor's?
You haven't, have you?
No,
So where is it?
in the bag.
Where's the bag?
I was about in the car upstairs in the bedroom.
It wasn't in there when I went.
No, you brought your bag in from Connor's, mate. Give your sister a charger. Thank you, Doug. It's going to be a bit chaotic for a bit, 5 minutes, I reckon. Right. No, I going back to cats. I believe everyone in a household needs to pull their weight. Yeah, and cats don't.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're lazy. What's that?
She doesn't have a bath for school. Right. Corb, jump in the bath. It's too late now for you. You'll have to have one tomorrow.
You have to have a good wash in the morning and a bath when you get home Monday night. It won't kill you.
Right, he's got to because he's haircut. Right,
Yeah.
go on upstairs. Dad's doing his show. Come on.
Don't worry, Mum. I'll be quick and I'll...
Just get your charger off your brother.
Okay.
What a calamity. I've not a bath. Oh. Maybe we should get a Wookiee. How the heck does KFC not have chicken? What has this world come to? Oh, we've had a massive disaster. The Beast from the East and KFC World all over the UK pretty much ran out of chicken. Well, they didn't run out of chicken. They changed their delivery company to DHL. And DHL didn't have any refrigerated trucks to deliver the chicken. So no chicken got delivered to KFC. There are two massive things about following you, Mel. For me. Okay. I've got questions. We're going to have to jump onto them.
Now we said it's in the kitchen.
Okay. You'll be Kentucky Fried Vegan soon. I feel for KFC as a company, but it serves them right. Changing your delivery company and not checking whether they actually had the trucks to deliver your produce. Smart, that one. Real smart. Carbon-based mayhem saying, my cat keeps rabbits and birds out of the garden, which means more veg for the table. I'd say pulls away enough. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, hey. Kentucky Fried Cat. What's up? What have you lost?
The hairbrush.
Willow has the hairbrush.
Willow, can I have the hairbrush?
Right, take that with you. The school bag. The school book's back.
Right. Now, George. The other. Right. First one is that you're genuine, humble, and down to earth guy. No gimmicks. Well, not that you take it seriously anyway. The other is that you deliver your stuff in a nice, accessible way that makes it seem achievable. It is achievable, dude. Hello.
Hello.
We're doing this again, are we?
Yes.
Right. Is that the final time now?
Probably not.
Have you got your charger now?
No.
Is that your phone charger? Or your laptop charger?
This is my phone charger.
Willow,
Okay.
use that one instead. Give that one to your brother.
Bread and milk have been devastated too. Yeah, well, obviously we've had snow. And as everyone knows, yeah, in Britain, the moment there's a forecast of snow... Really?
Yep. Yep.
Good night, God bless.
Good night, God bless.
Yeah, whenever there's a forecast of snow in Britain, yeah, there's an instinctual drive to go out and buy as many loaves and as many pints of milk as physically possible. Didn't DLH transport the Grand Tours tent? I've no idea.
Has Sarah been and Henry?
Yeah. Just drop your card off.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's time to do some questions. So far we have 9. 9 and an ice cream. Right. Let's do these. First off, you mentioned a Tatooine build. Any guesstimate on starting this? In the process of building one myself and would love to be able to channel some Melism. It's a project between me and Corbin and it's an X-Wing project, so it's small scale. Are they what do you call it?
Corbin slamming the door, trying to get Willow in trouble apparently. But then he says he didn't. He didn't do it. Of course he didn't.
Of course he didn't. He never does anything.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Tatooine build, it is small scale, it's X-Wing. Yeah, not sure how that's going to work out, but we're going to have a play. We've got the battle mats for it. Yeah, but it's just the plan to sit down and get it done. Hopefully be doing it before the end of the month. Any good cheap tips for water effects for miniature bases? With regards to miniature bases, water effects for those, you want to go for your gel super glues. Your two-part epoxy glues as well. They're good for miniature bases because, you know, they're small volume, but it works with miniature bases. Corby, yeah, Corby's just an angel. Kids. Don't know.
It's supposed to be washed.
They are. I thought Jay said we was busy painting a bunch of stuff. I don't know what Jace is doing. Has he disappeared? He'll be watching in the background, no doubt. Yeah. Right. So yeah, water effects for miniature bases, gel super glues, two-part epoxy glues, they'll work really well. Obviously you've got the actual water effects, you know, that sort of stuff, but you tend to have to buy a decent amount, because they're terrain products, you tend to have to buy them in a decent amount, so your glue's probably the better option in that case.
Have these even been washed?
They've been through the washer, yeah.
It doesn't look like it.
If you're wondering about the ice cream, I've got quite a bit of a sore throat off the back of this flu, so it's very soothing. I'm doing quite a bit. Right. Really?
Who's that?
Well, it's Warrington, so it's Willow. School letters. When your child passes you school letters, yeah, under the door, yeah, what, 9:30 on a Sunday night? Right, school disco. And yes, it's the Mother's Day parent room. She'll need money for tat again to get you that Mother's Day present.
I know what it is.
What's that? Really?
Stuck the darks in, didn't you, without checking pockets? I swear, today needs to just be over. Seriously.
Karma ain't been nice to Kez today. Did you get a lottery ticket?
No.
Might be an idea for when it balances it out. Ice cream for a thaw throat. That excuse never worked for me as a kid. Well, you have to on the benefits of being an adult. You can buy your own ice creams and just, yeah. It's what I'm working with and I'm going with it. Right, okay. Let's crack on with some questions, shall we? Mel, what kind of airbrush do you recommend? That's a decent price range. I'm thinking painting tank kits soon in 187th. Panthers in pink. As part of a joke of functional pieces. Girls Panzer in it. With the pink Panzer. Right. I'm probably not the best person to recommend an airbrush because I haven't got that much experience of using different ones. Yeah, I use a Badger Patriot 105 for models and terrain, and it's a good airbrush. I hear Iwata's a good brand. Yeah. What I can say is avoid the cheap ones. Yeah, the cheap ones are never good. Yeah, I didn't realise how bad the cheap ones were until I got my Badger Patriot. Yeah, so yeah. All I can recommend is a Badger Patriot. It works well for me. Right. Any other I love my Iwata Neo. Gunzun Panda is my favourite anime. Did you just... You didn't just lick my ice cream, did you? No, you're not having it. You can forget that, dog. Forget licking your lips. Lie down. My ice cream. Plastic Butcher saying he uses his 105 as well. Max says he has a Pash, is it? Harder and Stain airbrush. I've heard good things about those. Renegade Chrome. For the price, Badger is good. If money no option, then Iwata is simply the best. I had a major problem with my trench build. My kids decided to have a play fight and smash it all over the floor. Spent 2 days repairing it. Oh! Tam likes Iwata. Phantom Profits confirming with me, what you call it. Yeah, generally cheap airbrushes aren't good. Hey Dread, what you call it? Iwata for the win. I know Dread uses a lot of airbrushes and he knows his airbrushes. So that I would count that as a solid recommendation because Dread Solvent Abuse UK's work is bloody beautiful. There, I got you grinning, Dread. It is bloody good work, mate. He did a pink tank once. Didn't go down that well on the Bolt Action forums, did it, mate? Now, what is the siphon feed brush you use for layering PVA? Oh, that is the best airbrush on the planet. Yeah, it's a £10 Hornby airbrush. Single action, external mix, siphon feed. Brilliant for putting PVA down. Oh, understandable, Craig. Right, Brant saying, Mel, do you terrain folks usually double action airbrush on your terrain builds? Generally, yeah. Double action one's better, unless you're just layering down or base coating, then you can get away with a single action. Right. Right, next question. Hey Mel, I've been working on some basic terrain, hills, rocks, scatter, and I've been struggling with making it interesting. All of them have different coloured bushes, static grass tufts, but there's nothing that really highlights or adds colour. Is there anything I can do? Right. Without seeing pictures, it's a bit challenging. So you could post on the Terrainiacs group, yeah, and we can all chip in there. Links down in the description. Quite often what you need to do is work with a principle called like complementary and spot colours. So your complementary colours are all your browns and your normal terrain colours that aren't vibrant and that sort of stuff. And then you'll have a spot colour which is really vibrant and pops. Now with models, this is quite often you'll see models in grey uniforms with black berries and black armour, yeah, but they'll have bits of red on them, and red is the spot colour. Yeah, you don't use it much, yeah, but it's there to make a contrast, and that works really well for terrain, but without seeing photos, it's difficult. So yeah, you can add lots of different colours and stuff like. It sounds like you've tried lots of stuff to make it interesting without picking a simple theme that works well, and then you've ended up with, say, a bit of menagerie of everything that doesn't seem to quite work. Yeah, but with, like I say, I'm just guessing because it's just, a question and no pictures. And save the stick and use it for something. I've got loads of popsicle sticks. Oh, did Juice paid? I'll jump on that in a second, dude. Right. Greetings and salutations, Mal. I have a question. How do you get the super duper clean sci-fi effect right? Vibrancy. You use paints which are highly vibrant. Yeah, that's essentially the technique. I'm assuming you're talking about painting MDF buildings, all that sort of stuff. First, prime, white. Don't prime dark, okay? You want it to radiate the light out. So when you go in with the actual colours, yeah, they're a lot more vibrant. Yeah. As things get dirtier, they become brown and more desaturated, that sort of stuff, yeah? And the more weathered a building is, yeah, the more desaturated it is. So the cleaner it is, the more vibrant the colours are. So, prime white, use nice, bright, clean, colours. Avoid doing any heavy weathering, just little subtle weathering. You know what I mean? And that'll make a massive difference, mate. Thanks, James. Right. I found a bunch of balsa wood that I plan to incorporate into making a one.
Love you. Love you, Corbin.
And relax.
I will in a minute. We get these clothes sorted.
Alright, baby.
Because my wash is having a paddy now.
You might need to go out before you infect my live show. Right.
I need you for a second.
You need me for a second.
Yeah, my washer.
Is the washer not playing? 1 second, guys.
I swear, yeah, if tomorrow was anything like today, I quite easily could cause the apocalypse.
It won't open because it's door locked.
Okay, leave it then. I'll leave it then.
You need to give it another spin. There's too much water in it.
I've just put it on a spin. That's what I was hoping you to do.
Perhaps he didn't finish it. Right. Right. I found a bunch of balsa wood that I plan to incorporate into making a small 1/35 diorama. Now I must ask what I should use the balsa for. Should I use it as part of the bunker, make it into the corner of a house, or make it into a wooden fence or something? Well, balsa wood is used to replicate wood. Yeah, so you're looking at fencing, you're looking at walkboards, you're looking at a Roman god tower, a wooden tower. You're looking at the wooden structure, the timber substructure, not substructure, the timbering of medieval houses. What the hell's that's called? I know the stuff in between the timbers is wattle and daub, but for the actual timber structuring, what's the name on that? And what's that called? We'll need to find that out, guys. Yeah, but you can do that sort of timbering. You can make a log pile, a wood pile. Okay, they're all possible with balsa wood. There's a video in the Back to Basics playlist where I go through all the techniques of working with balsa wood, including shaping it with water. Yeah, so that's well worth checking out. Later, Ned. Yeah. No, she needs no open bottles. Time for Kez to open a bottle of wine or 3. Don't think she's got a bottle of wine. I think she's got some vodka. We're not really wine drinkers. Half timber Tam's saying beams. Well, beams are more like the structural support for the roof, aren't they? I would have thought. I've never heard the term beams used for the outside. Framework, possibly. We should ask Shaddy. He'd know. But yeah, there's loads of options for using balsa wood, mate. It depends whether you want to use balsa wood as the sole sort of material for your build, in which case you're probably looking at something fencing or a guard tower, a wooden tower or something like that, or whether you're going to incorporate other materials such as foam board, in which case you could probably go up to like the timbering, you know, the framework, half timber. I went to play and my games need updating, so I will stay. Don't you hate that? When you log on to a game thinking, I'll have a quick cheeky game, and it's like, actually no, I've got like a half a gig update to do. Right, thanks for that. Right, next van. Did you ever try filler in powder form? It's the stuff I'm using while renovating. It's damn cheap and you get tons of variety mixed with glass fibre, etc. Well, I'd avoid the glass fibre because of the, you know, safety concerns, because I mess around a lot with filler with my hands and that sort of stuff. I don't normally use filler in powder form. Yes, it is cheaper, yeah, but for the amount of filler I use, getting a ready mixed tub is just a little bit easier for me, okay, than going through the palaver of mixing up filler whenever I need it, you know, and all that sort of stuff. On top of that, when it gets down to, if I'm going to use a powder and make something up, I'll use Cristacal R, because it's about 10 times stronger than filler and dries in like an hour. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing any sort of like glooping or modging, you know, where you're mixing like your glue mixture with paper or anything fibrous, you know, to sort of bulk it up, then I'll use Cristacal R. Yeah, but yeah, I have come across it and it is good stuff. Someone's suggesting that I should compile my videos into DVDs and offers for sale. Do you know, I've seen quite a few people do things like that in the past, and I've seen their stuff available for pirate, yeah, faster than you've been able to get it, and before most people have had it, through proper methods, yeah. So it's not something I'd do. I'd like to do a book one day. That'd be cool. Is Oz a black dog and is he a goofball? Yes and yes. Aren't you? Come here. Come on. Come on. Oh, you big black dog. See, he's not completely black. Oh, yes, what, Dad? Oh, what's up? Have I got no... Oz... What's this? What's this? Oh, come on. Come on. See, if I've got no food, he's like, oh, Dad, I'm getting a bit bored here. Aren't you, big man? Eh? Oh, yes. It's gone. Where's it gone? Where's it? What? No, you're not going out. Go lie down, mate.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
I burnt my feet.
You've what?
I burnt my feet.
How have you burnt your... Oh, Jesus. Right.
That was nice.
How hot was your bath?
Not too hot. Why?
Right, you need to start washing in between your toes more, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you've got cadet camp, you've got to look after your feet, lad.
Okay.
Go show your mum your red hobbit feet.
Mum? Dad told me I burnt my feet.
But yes, Oz is a big black dog, and yes, he is a goofball. But he's my goofball. Have you heard from anyone from Fantasy Flight about Star Wars Legion? Would really like to see what you suggest. Nothing from Star Wars Legion. I managed to get that sort of... Hey! Nice try. He was heading for our bed. Yeah. I heard on X-Wing, and I heard from the Vice President of Marketing for North America for Asmodee, and he said, yeah, I can get away with doing X-Wing videos, no problem. But I haven't heard anything on Legion, and until they reach out to me, I mean, I had enough struggles, and I had to pull a few strings to get to get the contact just to do the X-Wing stuff I want to do with Corb. So, to do videos on a game I don't even own.
One quick thing. Before you have a bath, clean out the water. There's a good chance there's a Veruca in there. My Veruca came out in the bath.
No, you go and swill the bath out, you gross little sod. Did you hear that? Dad, watch it if you go for a bath. Yeah, my Veruca's fallen off, so it's probably swimming around. Oh, kids. Well, at least he's dealt with his Veruca. Fungus among us. Should make a terrain for dummies book called Whatchamacallits for Dummies. On the terrain book idea, yeah, I know Dave Taylor wants me to write a book. Dave Taylor's offered to help me to write a book and kickstart it and that sort of stuff. And I'm doing a section for his book coming up soon. Yeah, he's doing one on doing armies, and he wanted me to do a little section for it. Me and Dave go back quite a bit. Yeah, so I said I would. And we were talking about books, but to be truthful, I'd like to get in with Osprey. But, you know, one step at a time, Boasticle. Right. So yeah, basically on the Star Wars Legion stuff, until Fantasy Flight reach out to me and say, Mal, we'd like you to do some videos and we'll send you a load of product your way, you know, as a thank you and a help and, you know, that sort of stuff, I'm not going to touch it. If you're not going to play 40k anymore, can I ask you tanks for mad cheap if I ever see your money again? No, you can't. Yeah, I only have one 40k army now. I sold the rest to buy camera equipment and stuff starting this channel. I sold my Grey Knights, my Eldar, my Space Marines, and my Tyranids. Yeah. All I have left is my Imperial Guard. My Imperial Guard are the Corbanian First, and that army was started when Corbin was in his incubator. Yeah, and I promised I'd paint an army up so he'd have an army to play with me if he just pulled through. And so that never gets sold. That's Corbin's. Yeah? What's that thing? It sounds like a jet fighter. I think the door's open, the washer's doing the spin. Let me shut the door. Oh! Just a little bit. Hey baby. Has the boy hit the Doritos? You never know with him. Is that your brew? Oh, now you're interested, aren't you, dog? I've got a munch. Yeah, kickstart it. Colville did alright with 1.5 million. What? I don't think I'd sell that many copies. How do I keep from moving to new projects before finishing older ones? I always seem to get new inspiration while I'm working on other projects and I never finish them. Finished, not perfect. Finished, not perfect. Finished, not perfect. The problem with builds is, yeah, we build them and then for some little thing we get bogged down in the mediocre side of terrain building, you know, the treadmill side, or perhaps it isn't coming together as we liked and we don't quite know how to get something to look quite right, and then we lose interest in it, and then we get inspiration for other stuff, which is fun to build until we reach that point again, and we get inspiration for other stuff which is a distraction from the struggling one, and you end up going deep into a new project. Yeah, what you need to do is to get into the habit of finishing stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, yeah? But a finished piece of terrain will always be better than an unfinished one, okay? And it's just a mindset you need to get yourself into it. Perfection is never finished. I'm not sure if I agree with that statement. Oh, Doritos. And the dog is looking at me. Right. A few more questions there. Yeah, I need to check PayPals for you guys who have done the wonderful thing and donated. Huh. Jason's had a power cut. Oh, poor bugger. Right. Where be the PayPal? Yes, I know you want my fingerprint. We've got one donator tonight. Our Odin. Thank you, buddy. Right. Stream Heroes. There you go, dude. Thank you. He's paid double dues for last week as well. That's 2 nuggets in the bank. Doing well this session. Alright. Next question. What do you think of getting very small artificial flowers and painting them up for terrain? I don't see many tutorials of terrain with them, so I'm not sure if there's a secret rule that for all those who attempt to do so will be cursed. No, what do you call it? Artificial flowers are quite common. I use the leaves from artificial roses for my palm tree leaves. I use, I use tons of the stuff for my Burma builds. There's no reason why you shouldn't. They can be a bit plasticky and a bit fake looking, but that's normally easily sorted with a quick wash of something. Yeah, just to mat it down and get a bit of variation and desaturate it a little. Yeah. Weather it a little, you know what I mean? Okay. So, there's no reason why you shouldn't use plastic flowers or anything like that. No reason whatsoever. Hello again. Hello. I was wondering how I could get dripping alien slimer flecks for terrain. Hot glue, silicone. Oh, God, really? I'm on YouTube. Oh, shit. That was lucky. I almost needed to help open a jar on YouTube.
I'm putting it on the side.
Avoid the plastic flowers with fabric light leaves. Miko, those fabric light leaves are the ones I use for my palm trees. It's just about figuring out where these alternative materials fit in your terrain toolbox, you know what I mean? How do I harden textures imprinted in foam? Watered down PVA or spackle, I guess. Both will work. Yeah, generally as long as your foam's pretty firm, yeah, a coat of paint will seal it all up and hold it. Cat, what do you call it? Lightly primes her stuff with a spray gesso and then paints them. I'm going to get a ton of what do you call it? Comments now about. I did say I was going to the gym, you know what I mean, on Monday because I need to get back to the gym. So hopefully I'll be able to open a jar in one go on future videos.
in here as well.
I know there's donuts. Mel, any updates on the feather palm trees? No, there's none whatsoever. I've got the feathers, I just haven't got round to it. So you might add some Doritos and dips as well. I also think Doritos taste like bloody cardboard, but I love them. So slime effects, yeah. Hot glue, silicone will work. You could use PVA, but you'd want to bulk it up a bit to be truthful. I'd probably go silicone and what you call it. And hot glue is my main, because they've got the bulk, you know what I mean? Gym doesn't help if you don't go 3 times a week for 9 minutes per session. What absolute rubbish, West Side. Just for clarity, yeah. My degree is in physiotherapy. My master's is in exercise physiology. Do I have that anywhere? Maybe it's in here, maybe it isn't. Doesn't look like it is. Drawer, perhaps? No, I don't know where it is. It is gone. Never mind. Get those jar opening mimes coming. Oh, calm down, you lot. Cheers, Jen. Right. Catch you later, mate. Right. I have a 6-story room building I'm making for Biotech. My question is the outside of the building. I'm using some non-stick matting for the windows, which I think looks really good, but I'm not sure if I should just leave it, the foam board as is, or paint it and surf it with filler smooth plaster. I will give it a coat of what you call it, of watered down filler. You can water down filler to the extent that it's pretty much liquid, but it's still a powder. Yeah, it's a solution, suspension. It's a suspension. Yeah, it's powder floating in the water. But if you spread that around, as the water all dries, you're left with a very fine sort of concretey texture to it. Works really well, and it won't mess up your windows, or it won't get too thicky blobs. There's a video in the Terrain Techniques Urban playlist that'll help. Mel, you could do a series on little exercises you can do with your hobby desk to encourage good circulation. I used to make those sort of videos for companies. How to sit properly at your desk. No one sits properly at the desk. Everyone suffers from T4 syndrome. I say the gopher dance is an excellent exercise. Well, it certainly gets me sweating. Right, next question. Can you recommend me some techniques to achieve a cracked earth effect for miniature bases, please? Thank you in advance. Yes, I can. Okay, crackle paste. You can get in art shops, and basically it is whatever the Games Workshop earth paint that crackles. Yeah, it's essentially a thick acrylic paste that you mix with paints, which will then sort of crackle back as it dries. Now, it works well on miniature bases because of the volume, that sort of stuff. With terrain, it can be a bit expensive. Yeah. Now, with terrain, what we do is we slap down things like a good slap of filler, and then you hit it with a heat gun, yeah, and you artificially dry the top surface, yeah, very quickly, because that way, as as the water sort of retreats and it dries and the volume decreases, it cracks a lot easier. I'll have to do a video on that, yeah, but that's the basic technique. Now, the reason I'm not saying do that technique with your miniature bases is because I don't want you hitting your miniature bases with a heat gun. Yeah, because you'll probably melt your miniature or the miniature bases. Yeah, so, but crackle paste for miniature bases, yeah, and then something like filler or something, a splodge of filler, smack it with with a heat gun, yeah, for your terrain. Is that your PayPal, Mal? I will check in just a second. Mel, I'm putting you in my Punisher as Pask. Oh, I always had Pask, riding round with fully tooled up with plasma cannons. Hey Mel, do you have any special rules for custom terrain you like to use? Roll the dice to get bit by a snake if near a base or so on. If it's a big feature build, it'll often come with custom rules for a specific game. Yeah, that's about the functionality of the piece. So, this room can take so many models. A squad can fit in here. These are the line of sights. I've done rules for mines. I've done rules for deployment rules and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine, yeah, but I only use it for feature pieces, because when you do feature pieces, they're quite often the game is based around them anyway, so having special rules for them anyway, yeah, everyone's perfectly cool with. When it starts to be more generic terrain, people just assume it's terrain, you know what I mean, and don't assume that, rules and keeping track of rules. It can get quite complicated. So big feature pieces, definitely have watchable rules for those. Smaller ones, don't tend to worry. That was worth the whole price of admission. I've always just used Crackle. Can't wait to try your way. Oh yeah, you'll love it. Evening, Rob. Made a whole bunch of CD scenery throws. 15. Nice one. My players pooped a little. Nice one, dude. I got a TiVo Tornado 3D printer in and was super excited to use it for making some terrain, and found out it was broken when I opened. Oh. Notebook for Crackle. No, watch, when you're doing crackling, the whole idea is you're essentially doing exactly the same effect that nature does on mud when it cracks. Think about it, yeah? Wherever you see the cracks, what you've got a situation is, you did have muddy ground there. So that was earth and water together making a volume. Then you get a high heat which dries the top surface and sets it, okay? The heat continues, yeah, and you get more water evaporation, which reduces the volume. And as the volume reduces, it sinks down and spreads away from each other, making the cracks. Yeah, because the top is dry, it's not wet, it can't change shape as it goes down, so it has to break apart from each other. The same principle applies to hitting filler with a heat gun. All you got to do is get your splodge on, okay, and then dry the top surface, okay, and then just let it dry naturally, okay, and it will shrink away from itself and crack. Works every time. I have a question for Kez about tattoos. Well, you can ask me, but I'm not disturbing her, and it isn't the Kez show. Alright, mate. Right, oh, PayPal's. Right, we've had a few. Okay, let's get some names on the screen. So, good old Jez. Jez has sent in us a few nuggets, 5 nuggets. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we've got Aaron as well. Aaron appreciated the help. He sent us in 10. Thanks you, buddy. And Saval's Select Emporium. I never remember whose username he is. I know he's in the chat. But I never remember who it is. He sent us in a couple of nuggets as well. Thank you, guys. Savals will tell me who he is. Go on, Ashton. How is it to get a tattoo on the back of the neck? Kez quite liked her tattoo. Kez has a tattoo at the back of her neck. She said it was quite... Kez! Yeah? Your tattoo on the back of your neck? Yeah? Did it hurt? No. She says no. You'll be fine. It's probably the least painful one I've had. James Brown, there he is. Kez says it's the most least painful one she's ever had. So there you are. There's your answer, mate. Oh! Adam's jumped on. So, Savels is our James B. Yeah, so quickly. Oh! Someone's done a super chat. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, and Adam M. Thank you, buddy. He sent 10 nuggets as well. Thanks, bud. Right, let's get back into these questions. Right, super chats. We do appreciate them on the show. Thank you, Dr. V. Yeah, but just so you know, yeah, when you do a super chat, like, YouTube takes a shed load of that. Yeah? PayPal links in the description, mate. PayPal's far more friendlier when it comes to the fees. Sure I've not missed anyone? No. But thank you for the super chat. It is appreciated. Let's get him on the screen. Dr. V. Yeah. Yeah, we like that. We want to scroll? Yeah, let's slow that down a little. There we go. I have about 45 tattoos. I know, James. No worries. Nice one, Dave. Dagobah Dave. Nice one, buddy. Hope they help. Enable scroll, Mel. No worries, Dr. V. No worries at all. Thank you for your support. Hey, Tanya. Right, I've still got, what you call it, lots of questions here. Okay, another question. Is it okay to sprinkle on stuff for temporary snow on your terrain, or would it be better just to make terrain for winter and jungle styles? Personally, I'd make set pieces that are fixed. When it comes to snow, a lot of people think, yeah, we can just cover it with a bit of snow, yeah, and it'll be fine. You know what I mean? We'll just knock it off afterwards. Doesn't work like that. Trying to get snow off your terrain, yeah, afterwards is a nightmare. It gets in all the nooks and crannies. You will never be happy with it, and the force you will have to apply to get it off, you will risk damaging your terrain. If you're making terrain, if you want snow terrain, make snow terrain. Yeah? If you want jungle terrain, make jungle terrain. Yeah? Don't make terrain that you think you can throw a bit of snow on, yeah, and it'll be fine, because it won't. Yeah? Even MDF kits. Yeah, there's lots of nooks and crannies where snow can get sort of caught up. And the last thing you want to have to do is sit there with a little gentle brush going round a building, every single window pane, brushing out a little bit of white snow because you want to use the building in a non-snowy game. Okay, so when it comes down to your snow, when it comes down to your dressing your terrain, yeah, if you want to dress it with snow, make snow terrain. Yeah. Yeah, foot tattoos are bad. Welcome along, Brooks. I dozed off getting my tattoos as well. Final question, Mel. How do I get good-looking multi-story high-rise buildings for my SWAT game? Either MDF kits, mate, or go check out the Urban Techniques playlist. Yeah, loads of tutorials for foam board buildings in there that you can watch and use. Yeah, cheap and easy. Gary's saying I've tattooed myself. Kev tattoos herself. I got a tattoo, see? I see a lot of cheap tattoo inks on AliExpress. Will they do as a base for homemade washes for minis, or is it the wrong kind of ink? It's much cheaper than regular ink. It is the wrong kind of ink. Tattoo ink doesn't dilute down that well with water and that sort of stuff. I do use tattoo inks because I get all Kez's expired inks. Yeah, and they're okay for various little bits and stuff like that, but they're not acrylic inks. Yeah, so don't think you're on a winner by using tattoo ink. I do believe that's all the questions. Right. I've knocked the form on the head. 21 questions answered. Just want to make sure we haven't missed any PayPals or anything like that. Yeah, we're cool. So, final 10 minutes, guys. Let's have a natter. So what's going to be going on this week? Well, Mel is going to be working on his Burma build. I am working on the trenches. I'm not filming any tutorials like Let's Makes or Terrain Labs or anything like that at the minute. What I'm doing is I'm trying to work out an order list to film them, yeah, so that I can do them and I can make them for you, but I still maintain enough time for the hobby side of the stuff I'm doing, like the Burma build, like the Tatooine build. Yeah, I don't want it to become too much just let's makes, you know what I mean? It's all part of getting myself better, you know what I mean? Yeah. Checking World of Tanks friends requests. I'll be on World of Tanks after this shortly, no doubt. I'm probably going to have a couple of game. Trenches, you mean dry modes, Rudy. He got a tattoo because he kept losing his ring. Yes. I am 4 rings down in this marriage so far. I've lost 4 wedding rings. So the wife, being a tattooist, took the ultimate decision and made sure I never lose my wedding ring again. Oh, The Raid's a good film. Happy to see you happy, Mal. It's about finding happiness in life, mate. You know what I mean? I think I got a bit bogged down in the work side of the channel. Yeah, and I sort of forgot it's supposed to be about my hobby and being lucky enough for my hobby to be a job. And then it strangely changed into my job got in the way of my hobby, which was my job. I don't know. See, a lot of you guys will be looking at me and going, if he's married to a tattooist, yeah, and there's a lot of guys in the well, and ladies in the what you call it, in the chat, who are talking about how many tattoos they've got. You will notice Mel is not covered with tattoos, yeah, which is a bit strange considering, you know, my wife is a tattooist and is covered with tattoos. Yeah, there's a good reason for this. See, when, you know, when Kes was training, and we used to have a lot of friends who were tattooists. We still do have a lot of friends who are tattooists, but You know, they were new friends back then. And the one thing that I noted was all their partners were covered in the most random tattoos you could imagine. Yeah? It didn't take me long to realise that when you're a tattooist, if you're bored at the weekend, or if someone comes up with the, oh, can you just tattoo me this? Or that's nice. It's very easy for you to get tattoos. Yeah? And I decided very early on, I was not going to become Kerry's sketchpad. Yeah? So, I keep my tattoos simple. What? They have tortilla chips and salsa in the UK? We've got toilet roll as well, mate. And Jaffa cakes. Dr. V, very nice that this community exists to talk to each other, people working on terrain. Mate, get yourself in the terrainiacs Facebook group. If you're into your terrain, you'll love it. Papa, I've seen a few videos on this Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I've got to admit, when I was watching the videos, my eyes were just ding. It was like, oh. Do you think, what you call it? Do you think I could get a free copy of the? No, don't commit to more bloody work, boss. I just really like the Palisades. I'd love to build them. What a Jaffa cake. Something to do with the Stargate. Nothing Stargate related. Tilka's got nothing to do with this. Jaffa cakes are god food. What systems are you playing now, Mal? Looking at dabbling into getting a bit of bolt action, to be truthful. Yeah, playing X-Wing with the lad. And that's about it at the minute, to be truthful. Looking at Shadow Wars and a few other things, but playing, it's been part of this, you know, being down. Lost me gaming bug, if you know what I mean. Watch on Party Elite. He's done 16 hours on one game so far. Just no KFC, yeah. Yeah. We can get salsa and dips, just can't get KFC. I've been streaming it on Twitch and can't concentrate, keep stopping to look as it's just amazing. I hear you, mate. I do hear you on that. The graphics on that Kingdom Come are beautiful. I'd love to build one of the castles out of it. Drop Fleet looks good, and there's quite a few games that look pretty good, to be truthful. You know, it's just where do you commit your time? It's not just about finding a game you like, it's being able to find other people who play it. I'll be at Salute Minty. Ooh, the castle build. Doing horrible with just DHL. Can't believe that. Can't believe you'd take on a delivery contract for frozen chicken when you didn't have any refrigerated trucks. Yeah, the castle build is the carrot I keep dangling out of reach. Yes, it is. I've heard good things about Drop Zone Commander as well, yeah. I'll be at salute if someone pays for my flights. I'm sure someone will fit you in a what do you call it, a carry-on, Tanya. Right, one quick check. Make sure I've not missed anyone. Oh, we've had another one. Dr. V. He's done it via PayPal as well. Thank you, Dr. V. Kentucky Failed Chicken. The Castle Shade Diversity design looked nice. Yeah, but it'd be a hell of a build, to be truthful. You could do it in small scale, I think. No, the only thing that is surprising about that is that you are surprised. Nobody checks out things anymore. Just figure out someone else would do it. KFC did not really do its homework on DHL either, though. No. You know, I would imagine if I was the boss of KFC, you know, I'd be sitting down and saying, right, when you signed this contract, you did ask them whether they could actually do this, didn't you? You know what I mean? I mean, you would think when you were dropping a delivery service that works for you, you would make sure the new one you're signing up could actually deliver what you needed them to deliver. Or I would. I mean, to be truthful, it'd probably be one of the earlier questions in the conversation when I'm like trying to find a new service. Can you do this? Yes. All right. How much? Unless DHL outright lied to them, how do you even take on a... Careful, you're using logic. I know, Kat. I know. And logic does not apply in this situation. Because if logic did apply in this situation, yeah, Kez would have had a KFC tonight. In fact, instead of finding out that she can only have a veggie burger. Common sense seeing. Oh god, dude. I hear you, Papa. Right, I'm going to call it. We are winding it up. It's been a good show and it's been good to chat to you lot. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Do you have refrigerated lorries? Is the one question you need to ask. Yeah. Simple enough, isn't it? Yeah. So, we're going to wrap it up there. I am aiming to be back on Thursday with a live show. It may be from the studio, it may be from home, we'll see, we don't know. Yeah, but I am going into the studio tomorrow to work on those trenches, so Mel's a happy man. Yeah, fingers crossed I'll have more videos for you soon, but in the meantime, guys, thanks for supporting me, thanks for joining me, and as always, I hope you find my ramblings a little bit helpful. And in the meantime, you crack on, terrainiacs. Ta-da. Right, where's the button to end this? That's the button to end this.